Right on time.
The library steps out to the rooftop of a tall tower and looks up at the sky. From this high vantage point, the faint, sharp screech is concealed by the sound of the wind, while the faint spot of light rapidly expands in her eyes. Her fixate dexterously and rhythmically sweeps back and forth, a graceful measure to which the library can compare the invisible grid of the city beneath her.
Now let's see. Just where will this star land in Trimount? Districts 2 and 5 are primarily residential. 11's new industrial campus is under construction. Let's hope it won't be central. That place is packed with office buildings like the dime a dozen canned things you get in the supermarket. And it's a work day. Those offices are going to be full of people. Well, you really figured out where to land this experiment of yours. Or maybe you just never cared how much of a racket this might cause. Either way, you planned this far ahead. Things are getting more and more interesting, Kristen. Confirmed. The Triton factory in District 13.
The library leaps from the tall tower. Who put the curtains open?
Look at the time. The Rhiners have been at work for an hour already.
Primont Hotels really care about guest privacy. Huh?
I wanted to see you. That's why I'm here. You saved me from the power armor. And I brought you breakfast. Fair's fair, right? That's the breakfast combo from the cafe at Rhine Lab HQ. They only sell 100 of those a day. Okay. Don't give me that look. You're a grumpy Gus in the morning, huh?
It's Saria you want to see, right?
Well, I haven't been able to contact her. But if she isn't here, then coming to you won't help. Anyway, take a look at this.
This just in. Tri-Mountains. An explosion occurred this morning at the Triton Chemical Plant Number 3 in District 13. The specific cause of the explosion is still unknown, but the authorities' preliminary conclusion is that the laboratory staff made a fatal error leading to the construction machinery on site exploding. A large stockpile of catalysts and reagents are stored at Triton Chemical Plant Number 3, and to keep the chemicals from leaking out and causing more catastrophic damage, the military and government authorities are currently cleaning up the site. As of right now, all of District 13 is under temporary lockdown. Entry and exit from the district is being heavily restricted. Citizens are asked to cooperate with the ongoing work there. The government has not responded to requests for comment. And it is not known at this time whether the lockdown in District 13 will affect Vice President Jackson's time in Tri-Mounts.
Does this have to do with Rhine Lab too?
I don't know the specifics, but if you, or should I say Rhodes Island, are here, considering how much Saria trusts you, there's no way you would ignore big news like this. Okay, Doctor, you've got some new visitors. I'll see you very soon.
So, that was the clone after all.
Rise and shine, Doctor! Jag bin den was! Rise and shine!
Ifrit? Who brought you here?
Long time no see, Doctor. Silopsis has already returned to the landship with Elena for checkup and treatment. Mechanist is currently on a new mission. From here on, I will be accompanying you.
And me! And also...
Cassette, explain. The floaty feline girl apparently entered the room at some point. She stands next to the window and listens quietly to your conversation. She gazes at you and your room. Behind her, there are pure white clouds floating gently across the clear Tri-Mountain sky.
Don't be mad, Doctor. I asked Dr. Kaltsu to bring me along. I was invited by someone.
I will explain more about what's going on later. Seeing as you have the TV on, seem you already know about District 13. The explosion wasn't caused by some careless lab technician. Something fell from the sky.
We need to get to the bottom of this.
Yes, Saria has already gone to investigate. As for you, I need you to get out of bed and wash up.
I live there. Who the hell are you to stop me from going home? What gives you the right to lock the place down anyway? Is this even legal? Do you have anything in writing? I'm supposed to just take your word that this is an emergency?
I'll be out in 10 minutes. I just need to head back for some documents. Our clients are waiting in the conference room.
Sorry, but I need to see your clearance.
Interesting. I was going to watch Saria to see what she's up to. I never expected to find this little bird making her way here. Right. That's the little researcher from the Diabolic Crisis. Scouting the area with a drone from a dead angle while hiding in the crowd, waiting for an opportunity. Not bad. But the army has soldiers watching every single alley. It won't be easy for you to break through their trek points. That said, I haven't the slightest idea what you can do, but you might just be able to give these baddies a little trouble, so I'll give you a hand. Nothing, the package is recovered. It'll be delivered right away.
As you've no doubt heard on the news,
It's just one factory that had an accident. Why is the entire district on lockdown? If you guys are actually worried about the chemicals, why aren't you wearing protective equipment, eh? Why are you people still allowed to come and go? No one's buying your beast shit.
This is about the whole industrial campus upgrade project. If it falls through, who's gonna pay? Hurry up and let me buy!
no pushing!
My arm. Why can't I move?
Somebody broke through the cordon! How come the comms aren't working either? Your clearance, Miss Saria?
You know me.
Former defense director of Rhine Lab. Your reputation precedes you here in Tri-Mounts.
So I can't enter District 13?
Not just you. If you don't have clearance, please leave. You.
Relax. Stow your weapon.
Your face. Your hands. You.
It's the same all over. It may look scary, but it's just an exoskeleton. I work for the Mainlander Historical Association, currently part of the Vice President's entourage as his secretary. Here is my authorization. Miss Saria here is the subject matter expert we invited along.
Mainlander, huh? You people are always so strange.
Go talk to your superiors. We want to get a better grasp of the situation.
Give me a minute.
Looking at your attire, it seems you don't plan on bringing your shield along.
No, I just determined that I might need to apply full force to whatever is coming next.
Full force, huh? That phrase carries a weight far heavier than usual coming from the former director of the Rhine Lab Defense Section. Seems like I did make it in time.
Our last meeting must have been at Hayden Pharmaceuticals, Detective.
We talked so much that I forgot to slide you and Muses a free pint of draft beer on your last visit.
I know just how powerful the Mainlander Foundation is, but I was still surprised when I heard the news from Calcit. How did the two of you know each other?
We're just old friends.
So, what role is the Mainlander Foundation playing in our current situation?
Saria, are you interested in politics?
Decidedly not.
So do I really need to answer that question?
The Colonel is en route to his meeting with the Vice President. Your identities have been verified and the Colonel has authorized your entry to District 13. But we are conducting an emergency investigation to evaluate the hazard posed by the chemical leaks. So you won't be allowed near Triton Chemical Plant number 3. That's where this all went down. We'll also arrange an escort party to go with you, to provide any necessary help.
No problem. We will go with your arrangements.
Made it in. Next, I keep 2 drones up in the air 100 meters apart to survey the situation. The Triton factory should be right up ahead. I hope the stealth combat tactics I learned at Rhodes Island will come in handy here. Let's take it slow. Will I really find any leads on the transmitter here? A batch of transmitter has gone missing?
That's right. To be more precise, it was a batch of experimental materials with said transmitter included that was supposed to be shipped together to HQ for disposal.
So, someone stole it.
And it's very likely to be someone within Rhine Lab. Silence. I'd like you to head to Trimounts and help me investigate this.
Me?
I need to remain at Site 359 to cooperate with the military investigation, so I'll be stuck here for the time being.
Are you going to negotiate with them?
Don't worry. As much as I don't enjoy this stuff, I'm still capable of it. I'm a Rhine Lab director, after all. I'm more worried about this batch of missing transmitter becoming the catalyst of someone else's ambitions. So, can you do it?
Well...
Silence. You are a student of Director Parvis, and yet you showed up here at Site 359. I had some doubts, but now I get it. You came here to ask for my help. Or maybe you wanted to know if the director of Argenium Art is trustworthy.
I'm sorry.
No need for apologies. I did come close to doing something awful. I should be thanking you, Silence. But at the same time, this is why I'm asking for your help. You are beholden only to your own standards, and looking for your answers.
But...
Even if I hadn't asked you, you still would have returned to Trimounts, right?
Yes. Oh no. Why are there suddenly a lot more men on patrol?
Shit! Find anything over there?
I searched a couple alleyways over on that side. Nothing.
The Colonel's about to meet the Vice President, so we had to play nice, and I let those 2 in. We were supposed to stay close to them. How did they lose us so quickly?
They were walking so leisurely the whole time. Then they vanished behind the fence when I blinked.
I really underestimated that fella all covered in iron. Mainlanders people are always so tricky.
I go report the situation to the brass. Take the boys with you and continue the search. Right. Send more hands over to the factory too.
Your reflexes and stealth skills are admirable, Mr. Detective.
You flatter me. Even if we could manage them, it's better to shake them off our tail than to outright knock the sycophants out.
We're here. Triton Chemical Plant number 3 is right up front.
They've already cordoned off the perimeter and deployed heavily armed soldiers at every possible location. Quite an impossible task to get any closer.
We're close enough for a clear view.
Saria's glaze strolls over the throng of people and past the thriving yellow barriers, landing on the factory behind. The once smooth factory building has been demolished beyond recognition, with scorch marks scrawled by heaps of debris scattered all over. A series of explosions have eroded the facade, leaving only the interior foundations that give her a clear view. In the center of the factory lies a huge ring-like mechanical structure, diagonally embedded into the ground like an outraged art installation. The source of the explosion.
What have you found?
Neither the shape nor the mechanical structure of the object hints at its purpose, but it is clearly a device not meant to be used on land.
It fell from the sky.
We're too far away to discern any concrete details, but what can be confirmed at the very least is this thing has the mark of Rhine technology. To be precise, it has Kristen's handwriting all over it. I'm sure of that.
Horizon Arc Project.
What?
I'm surprised you've not heard the name, given your position at Rhine and your relationship with Kristen.
I'm glad I didn't get spotted. There was really one here. It's gone. Dorothy was right. Transmitters react to each other, and it wasn't too difficult to catch them with the one she gave me. But there's too few of them. Dorothy said there were more. Could they be nearby? Wait. This is the Triton factory?
A colossal ruin lies before her. Just how many injuries or casualties happen in there? Silence records news not mentioning any numbers relevant to that question. She recalls destruction at Site 359. It was difficult for her to even picture what it looked like for the ruins.
Was that Saria? Who was that with her? Saria, do you have something to do with this, too?
Do you know where we're going?
We're heading to Saria's stronghold in Trimons as part of our arrangement with her.
Saria! It's been ages since I saw her. But if you need to talk to Saria, you two are gonna be busy, right? I guess she won't have time to talk to me.
You and Rosmontes will stay with the doctor.
Ifrit, tell me more about what you did on the way here.
Oh, right. When the star came falling down, I was telling Rosmontes a story that Silence told me before. You still remember it, right? You weren't writing any of it down.
Yep, I still remember. That night, it seemed the entire city heard the Queen's prayers and the sound of her tears splotching onto the sand. In the end, the Queen passed out in the high tower of the palace. The Queen's faithfulness reached the hearts of the stars. One after another, they soared through the skies and came before the old king. The old king was swallowed by the endless surge of brightness. Within it, he saw a sight that he had never seen nor dreamed in his entire life. The next morning, the queen awoke to find a huge hole had appeared on the palace's roof, and the old king, who had passed away hours ago, stood with a smile still lingering on his now stiffened lips. Were the stars brought here by her prayers? The stars made her wish come true, and they took her lover with them.
Kono, sorry to keep you waiting for half hour. I'm the one who should apologize, Mr. Vice President. Your schedule in Trimons is packed, and I heard from Secretary Pavard you had to cancel a meeting on account of my sudden visit. The military's response to the District 13 incident has been quick. It has also been intense. You had just given such a powerful, rousing speech for the masses. This couldn't have happened at a worse time. By the looks of things, There's more than a little accident on your end as well. I'm just saying, it's still too soon to reveal the Horizon Arc project to the public. Which is why we would like you to cancel the rest of your itinerary and leave Tri-Mounts. And we'll take care of these accidents as soon as we can. Colonel, I understand what you're asking. But my schedule isn't going to change. In fact, I'm going to extend my stay in Tri-Mounts. In my last meeting, I decided I'm going to Rhinelab to enjoy a fruitful dialogue with our exceptional researchers. We're one Columbia, Colonel Blake. We're all ready to give everything for our country. But, with all the technological pioneers gathered in this city, they form the bedrock of Columbia's technological development. It is no exaggeration to say they're shaping the future of our country. Do you understand what I'm getting at? Even on the assembly lines of our nation's most developed munitions plants, it takes a day and a half to produce a single shell to spec. And that doesn't include the time it takes to send it out to the field to give the men some real practical time on the thing. Take a step back, Colonel. The more we find ourselves facing superweapons that can change the world, like that ARC-01, the more composed we'll have to be. This is Columbia, not Sargon, not Bolivar. These past few years, the Armed Forces, or more accurately the Department of Defense, has continued to explore the nation's military capabilities. As a whole, progress has been fairly steady. From the President's perspective, this is a good thing, and he is glad to see it happen. However, given the shifts in the international dynamics in recent years, particularly the re-emergence of the Victorious Shard, a number of things have changed. Such a terrifying superweapon has erased the concept of distance. All our ground defense will be rendered useless, and the dust brought about by the storm may well fall upon our pillows at any time. The voices within the Department of Defense have grown increasingly hawkish, and a number of troubling signs have already appeared. They are hedging their bets on the research and development of similar area-defining strategic weapons.
And that's how Kristen caught the military's eye? Correct.
Kristen became the military's core technical advisor. In a very short period of time, she submitted for the proposal for the Horizon Arc project, planned the construction of the ARC-01 superweapon, and quickly began its implementation. The military has devoted a vast amount of resources to it, and as such, Rhinelab has enjoyed greater policy-side support for quite some time now. This is why Rhine has been able to stand head and shoulders above many other tech companies in Tri-Mounts. According to the information we have on hand, construction of the ARC-01 requires digging complex shafts as well as erecting hammer at our aircraft's altitude limit. A monumental project indeed, and the military has spared no expense in the effort. I imagine the man in front of you who fell from the sky was a part of this project.
Saria's eyes shift from the factory ruins to the sky above her.
Using the sky as an intermediary transfer node?
We don't know the specific conceptual design, or how it's implemented.
Using the sky as a transfer node to focus or redirect an enormous amount of energy so as to achieve a powerful strike over extreme distance. In theory, that is indeed possible. But would Kristen really help the military construct a superweapon?
Looks like you didn't get the answer you wanted.
I knew from beginning. This just makes it more apparent. A good politician would never rush to make his stance clear. At least for now, they don't want us taking over the project that fast.
And how do you intend to do that?
It's simple. All they need to do is delay. If we say that efficiency is the pursuit of scientific research, then, Ferdinand, delay is the preferred tool of these politicians. When the Singas administration first entered negotiations in Congress to reclaim the Woods Company logging camp, virtually no progress was made in 3 years. It took them the latter party losing control of the area. They want to delay until we have our hands full, until we lose faith in that damned Horizon Arc project, until it doesn't matter anymore. You've already been on site, right? What are your conclusions?
It was indeed the test flight of ARC-01's hammer. The sky appears clear, but it's far from being a safe haven. Kristen will need to test the new pressure and navigation system, a trial and error process that may need more than one flight. I'm more curious about the military-controlled shaft at the bottom of Arco 1. Where did Kristen launch a beast of that size? The hammer's black box hasn't been found. By tracing its routing data, we can triangulate the position of the launch site and locate Kristen.
We already conducted a full-scale search in District 13. Came up empty.
Someone managed to retrieve the black box at the very beginning.
Any possibility might have been destroyed, given the explosion of that scope.
Kristen has already been missing for 2 weeks. She may have already obtained the experimental data she wanted in the black box, but she still doesn't want us to find her. In other words, the so-called Horizon Arc project, propped up by the military itself, is completely out of the military's hands. The longer the delay, the more variables there will be.
I know. It's me. That's right. Jackson had no intention of talking things through with us. Me? Why would I have anything to hide? Go ask the agent sent to spy on Kristen. Understood. I won't give an inch. I'll resolve the situation post-haste. Wait, what did you say? That's... Alright, I understand.
You don't look so good, Colonel.
You're right, Ferdinand. We can't let ourselves get bogged down any longer. The fact that Kristen weighed AWL while the military had eyes on her precisely shows that the project has progressed to a near-feasible state.
She might have defrauded her investors.
We have our suspicions as well, but you seem pretty sure of it, Saria.
Because I know her well enough.
Oh.
Since its establishment, Rhine Lab has been committed to breakthrough research in civilian technology and rarely intersects with the military. Kristen herself had no interest in it. Furthermore, if the sky were part of her research plans, it would not be a means, but rather her ultimate objective.
The rights.
Precisely.
We haven't even explored everything these lands have to offer, and have only just begun measuring the height of the skies. Why fly to such high places in vain? I still remember a comment in the newspaper made by the hovercraft expert, Stevenson, after the Wright's test flight crashed.
It encapsulated his regret for the death of the genius scientists, but has been twisted out of context as accurate peer review. How ironic that it's become a weapon used against the Wrights.
I'd like to hear more.
Stevenson had a very good relationship with the Wrights, and even looked after Kristen to some degree after their passing. Later, Kristen was able to get on track in academia thanks to his recommendation.
A substantial secret that even I'm not aware of.
But the relationship between Stevenson and Kristen is not a cozy one. She inherited her parents' obsession with the skies, and does not expect others to understand. She abhors the sky, Tin Man.
It can't be a coincidence that transmitter appeared at the scene of the accident, but what exactly is the connection between transmitter and the explosion? Did the things used in this factory require transmitters? I recall no such relationships between Triton Chemicals and Rhine Lab. Or perhaps the transmitter had something to do with the ring-shaped mechanical object that smashed through the factory building. Saria's too far away. I can't hear what she's saying. Maybe I can try moving the drone a bit closer.
An unidentified drone has been shot down.
Oh no.
Miss, show me your security clearance. Don't have one? District 13 is under temporary lockdown. I'm gonna have to ask you to come with me.
I'm a worker at the Triton factory. I had a day off today, but I heard the factory exploded, so I came here to see what's going on.
If you're a worker of the factory, then explain the drone. And don't say you have nothing to do with it.
She's going to photograph the site.
Mary Ann. Is it really you? Oh my god.
Marianne. The last time I heard that name was 40 years.
You're talking about the press conference, right? It was right around the time your last movie came out. You told the world you got hurt in a catastrophe while shooting the thing. And you retired to behind-the-scenes work. My dad goes nuts every time he talks about you. He's got your entire filmography collection and we watch every movie 10 times over. I still remember the spy catchers. You caught the spy on shore and just leapt off that cruise ship. That was something. You just melt into every role you play. Today's mass-produced Rankwood stars can take a cue or two from you.
Right. Unfortunately, the only role Marianne plays these days is a negotiator of employee salaries.
You're...
Director of Human Resources at Rhinelab, Jara Booker Wilson. This is my clearance. I have a house in District 13. This woman is indeed a Triton employee. Rhinelab and Triton Chemicals had a number of disagreements, just like the corporate struggles and the spy catcher.
I know. This is Trimance after all.
A subsidiary factory suddenly went up in flames. If a photo from the scene hit the tabloids, that would send Triton down in scandal. This is her housewarming gift for joining Rhine. That would indeed be a violation of military regulations. Fortunately, the drone's been shot down, so the photos won't leak. Now then, let's move on and discuss your job hopping.
Sure.
But let me add something first. Isn't it a little unreasonable to suddenly ask the locals to lock themselves inside and wait for updates before they can do anything?
We're just following orders. Miss Marianne, I want to trust you. So, both of you, please, just leave. No exceptions.
Your name's Silence, right? I remember you were helping Parvis bring me some black bean tea.
Director Jara, does this have something to do with Rhinelab?
That's why you snuck in here?
There are some things I need to make sure of.
This isn't exactly the best place for chit-chat. Head over here and wait for me.
Where are we?
Don't worry, it's my District 13 residence.
What about you?
I have company. An old friend has some business with me. I don't think I've ever heard you breathing. When you smoke, are you letting it swirl around your stomach?
It's a habit. Just like when you used to do after finishing a mission. You'd record the event on the note before burning it on the spot. That young researcher back there. You always have a soft spot for the youth.
I can't exactly ignore it, can I? An employee of my own company shows up in a military lockdown. It'll be bad for business if she gets caught.
I see you're just as attentive as detail as ever, regardless of what field you're in. You've caught my eye a number of times over the years. From the intermediary investor for all Trimounts, the head of Rhine HR, you've contributed pretty much your entire network to this tech company. In other words, without you, we won't have the Kristen we know today. So, is you being here right now also the fault of that reckless girl? Or do you have ideas of your own?
Have you ever considered the possibility that I'm here because I bought a residence in District 13 and that I spend a few days here when I'm not too busy? I am getting old, Tin Man. Age notwithstanding, when I came back to my senses, I realized that my health, my dreams, my friends, and my family had all been given to my country. In the end, nothing remained of Maylander's Morningstar. I don't even have any tapes of the movies I made when I was young, by which to remember my so-called youth.
I wasn't trying to point the finger at you, Yada. But if you're hoping that I turn a blind eye to this, I'm afraid I can help you. Islanders' own responsibilities to the country.
I just wanted to tell you I have no regrets. So even now, I wouldn't do anything that would truly harm Columbia.
Are you still mourning the death of the Rights?
As much as I'd like to deny it, the scene still haunts my dreams even now. Delivery. Come sign for it.
Put it on the workstation.
Holiak scans the space in front of her. A massive, hollow underground ring-shaped structure. In other words, a well. Iridium lamps fastened to the well's walls, providing only a basic lighting, making it difficult to determine the overall depth. Inlaid with the grooves running along the walls are cables extending into the darkness. The person with whom she was speaking earlier is now pacing back and forth, leaving her with but a busy silhouette. She seems to be busy testing something. Even in such a deep area, her actions do not seem to cause much of an echo. Presumptively, the surface structure incorporates some high-performance, sound-absorbing material. The entire area seems to be a still and sightless lingering mist.
Are you not afraid of the dark? Do you not get bored? We're several hundred meters underground, and those boorish soldiers are patrolling just above us. You've been here a number of months, right? Haven't gone up for a walk? Nasty.
I'm busy, Kukulkan.
I don't have much free time on my hands either.
What I'm saying is, put the black box down and get lost.
I'm taking a risk here to get this to you under the watchful eyes of the military and Maylander. That's a bit cold of you, wouldn't you agree?
This is a deal between you and Control. It's got nothing to do with me. You didn't do anything with the black box after you got your hands on it, did you?
No.
Damn, ice cold. The data calculations are, well, not that complicated.
Nasty dives back into her work, and the screen is once again engulfed with a large amount of data, like a tide floating across land. She focused up more, leaving Holiak alone to little else than stare at her back. That is, when she noticed the device around her waist. They appear as a lattice of dead branches, spliced together irregularly. But as Nasty intermittently works at her station, they sway back and forth in a short, regular rhythm. As if sentient, they seem to be following Nasty's thoughts.
Looks like you've managed to find nourishment for the rootless branches.
The trajectory data has deviated slightly from the previous calculation, but is still within the expected range. It appears that transmitter can indeed be used as an alternative navigation resource. That being the case, we need to speed things up.
By the way, how did Kristen get you, the head of engineering, to willingly coop yourself up underground and do the hard work for her?
Nasty doesn't answer. She enters a few commands, and the screens in front of her go dark one by one. She turns and heads towards the door. Behind her, the underground space becomes dimmer and dimmer.
Ready to touch some grass, Nasty? Did something good happen? Surely you're not going to keep the good news from me.
Apage.
Holiak takes a step back upon hearing that one word. Her body instinctively carries out the order as if executed command.
Cute curse you have there, Banshee. Did any of the staff ever tell you you've got a bad temper?
The icy cold air caresses Nasty's neck before dissipating like an illusion. The young Banshee shivers slightly. A crack forms across the bone pen in her hand.
Oh my, they don't quite make them like they used to, do they? I know you have an entire drawer filled with spares, but I've always been curious. If you broke all of your bone pens, would you still be able to perform your little trick?
Go ahead and try me. I won't give the same command twice, Kukulkan.
Fine, fine. Are all banshees as much of a stick in the mud as you? Don't pass up on this rare opportunity to get some fresh air. If you're afraid of the dark, I don't mind keeping you company part way.
Before the banshee can speak, Orliak nimbly disappears behind the door. The darkness lingering within the air trembles violently for a spell. Then Nasty finally lets go of her words.
Ugh. I should go pick her up. Tandem. Confusum somnium iam componitur.